Live from Arizona.
Hey!
What up? Hello, Michael Joseph Leonard.
We took it on the road.
Yep, we on the road. We are in the mountains. This is the desert, right?
We're in the
There's
desert.
some mountains out there.
There's
though.
mountains, but we're in the desert right now.
Yeah, it's dry.
Hot.
It's hot. I haven't seen grass since we've been in Michigan.
Dirt.
Yep.
Full of dirt. We got the boys here.
Yep.
Guys trip. We're in zone. We got this beautiful house.
Yep.
This is good. We're having fun. We got a pool.
Yep.
We're having a good time. We got the Lions game today. It's game day, baby.
It's game day, baby.
Game day, baby.
I got some coffee in me now too, so we got the go-go juice.
The go-go juice.
Ready to
got
roll.
Some whiskey in there too.
Not yet, but if I stumble upon my words, I might have to.
Oh my God! All right. So,
anyways,
let's get into this. We got some Tigers to talk about, and
Yep.
we're gonna talk about Lions and break down today's game.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna do, like Mike said, just get into the Tigers. Then we're gonna follow up with the Lions, and then do some NFL stuff. Start Stud and Duds, and then
Stud and Duds.
Yep. And let's get into it, Mike. I think right now, before we get into the Lions, we definitely got to talk about these Tigers.
It's magical.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a magical.
This is
end of the
happening,
season.
man. This
Are
is
you
freaking
kidding
happening.
me?
Yep.
This is amazing.
I think when we recorded our last show, they were 3.5 games back, and you were excited. I think I was kind of a little bit more like, you know what I mean? But like, they've completely proved me wrong. And like, as soon as the pressure has come up on this team, they've really responded. And I think that's the biggest deal of them all.
Well, have you paid attention to? There's the fan graph.
No.
On August 10th, they were 0.1% playoff chances.
Yeah.
Today, forgive me if I get it wrong, but they're like 30% chance now.
Yeah.
So they have grown.
Yeah.
Over the last month. They're the best team in baseball.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the last 30
absolutely.
days.
Yep.
They're 20 and 10 in
Right.
the last 30. We're 21 and 10 because they won yesterday.
Yep.
What's fun this weekend is they're playing Baltimore, which is an actual playoffs
Oh, yeah.
series, because we could see, if we make it, we're going to see Baltimore in the playoffs more than likely.
Well, you know what's like over the stretch of since pretty much like mid-August of playing stellar baseball, you know, they've beaten the Yankees. They've beaten the
Yankees.
The Dodgers. Did they beat the Dodgers? I know obviously they just swept the Royals in their own building.
That was awesome.
Before that, they took care of the Orioles 2 out of 3. And then they got the series decider today. This is a huge game.
It is a huge game.
This is a huge game. They got 7 left. Twins got 8 because of the postponed. Yeah, so they got a doubleheader today. But I've been very impressed. I haven't been able to watch them a lot, but I have been watching them when I can, and they look
scoreboard watching.
Yeah, that too. But just the way the team looks, playing good defense, pitching has been stellar, and then the hitting. Like Riley Green is at the point now, like, you know, when good hitters go from like average to good is when a pitcher will throw him a meatball and he doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I mean?
He doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss now.
No.
He's putting these balls into orbit.
I got a quote from Riley Green that I wrote down about how they're playing, and he says this quote, "We're young and all we want to do is win," end quote.
That's it. That's all you need, baby.
That's it right there. We're young
right.
and we want to win.
Just win, baby.
Just win.
Like
I'm
the
telling
late
you,
Al Davis.
They traded everybody away.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and not that, Flaherty, he's good, but we got rid of Ursula and you got rid of Cannon. Not that those guys were going to be on our team in the long run. And everybody kind of wrote, including myself.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
Wrote the team off.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We're done. The season's over.
Yep.
These young kids came in. They said, fuck that. We're making a run.
Yeah.
We're making a run in that we're going after this playoff.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what we get to see.
They had nothing to lose, and they turned it on, and they're playing well together. They're playing with a lot of chemistry. They're playing with a lot of heart.
Kids refused to give up.
Yeah. So obviously what was happening was like all these guys that were in the lineup, your Cannas and your Carson Kellys and your Urshela's and whoever, they were just blocking these guys. But maybe they just weren't ready to be on a major league roster just yet. But I mean, look what they did. Look what they did with Sweeney. Like when they made that trade for him, and that was the Flaherty trade, right? So they got him, and then they got that Thyron Lorenzo guy that's in the minors. But Sweeney's come in and played stellar. He had probably one of the catches of the year yesterday, like tripping over Riley Green.
Amazing. That was so amazing. Yeah.
So it's really good to see. And you know what? Like if this team does sneak in, like, do you really want to go and play them right now? Like, I don't think so.
We're so hot right now.
Especially if you got Scooble to go one game.
Well, and that kind of brings up, I was going to bring this up. Okay, no matter what we do, right? We get in, we don't get in. Let's say we don't get in.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a great season.
Oh, yeah.
But what this does in my opinion, is it sets the expectations so high for next year.
Yeah,
they're
for sure.
so high for next year. We have to go spend a little bit of money in the winter.
Well, they're gonna have to spend by subtracting, and I think we know what that means.
Get them off my team. You already know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something there.
Bania him. Just pay him $1 million a year. I don't even want to say his name.
Right.
I hate him so much.
Yeah, it's they're gonna have to make a decision there for sure. But yeah.
But no matter what happens at the end of the season, it's been magical. We're here.
Yep.
We might get in. We may not get in.
I'm at the right now, like I have my heart set on it so much that they make this, because even if they go and let's say they get swept, I'm good with that, because one, they cross out the list, they're in the playoffs, they found a way to get in. They took event. Leland used to always say it too. He's like, it's not about who you play, but it's when you play them, and that's what we're really experiencing right now. And we're playing good baseball as well too. And
baseball playoffs it's a whole new season. I mean, let's go back. Don't mean to bring up 2006, but look at the Cardinals. They were a wild card team.
Yeah.
They weren't great. They got in, and they ended up winning the whole thing. Yeah, they took us out, but all you got to do is get in. It's a whole new season as soon as you get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Tigers are very young, so I would expect them when they get in the playoffs that they would run into some issues, but they'll get that experience. But the one thing they can do is, like I said, they're playing good defense. They have stellar pitching, especially their bullpen, and that will carry you. That will carry you. I mean, you're gonna have to come up with some timely hits and get on base, which the Tigers have figured out how to do. The other day, Torque had 3 walks in a game. It's just like that, contribute every way into a game. You don't have to get a hit. It's just find a way.
We're starting to see a better Torkelson than what he was, right? I mean,
better
we were
discipline,
worried he was going to be a bust.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally coming up. He's stepping up. He's improving his game. He's playing well. I do have to say that obviously the Tigers are playing the best baseball. They're the best team in the league over the last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to hats off to the Minnesota Twins for completely choking on this season, because if they were to just play 500 ball the last 30 games, we'd have no chance.
Yeah, we would have no chance.
So thank you, Minnesota, for choking. We appreciate you.
And thank you, Kansas City. Kansas City, I think, has lost 7 in a row.
Out. Yeah, they're choking too.
Yeah, so
we have a chance to actually win out and actually be the second wild card.
Wow. Yeah.
But here, let me bring this up. So we talked. If you go back, you pull up a couple episodes, a lot of episodes ago back in spring training.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the AL Central sucks.
Yeah.
Right. We're like, we thought the Tigers would challenge for the division. Okay, we're not going to win the division. Cleveland playing out of their mind. But the fact that we said the AL Central sucks. Alarm's going off for some reason.
Time to wake up, Mike. Time to wake up. Do our podcast.
We said the Central sucks.
Yeah.
We're going to put 3 teams in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
3 of the playoff teams are going to be AL Central teams.
If you would have told me that at our first episode for spring training, I would have been like, dude.
You would have called me crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's something to say. I mean, we were such a bad division, and now here we are. We're going to put 3 because it's going to happen. 3 teams are getting in no matter what. Whether it's the Royals, Twins, Tigers, Royals, whatever. It doesn't matter. 3 teams are getting in.
Yeah, it's possible. If the Tigers don't choke towards the end of the season, they'll be in. But it's funny though. I think the division, like we say the division's so good, and obviously the top 4 teams are all way above 500. But they're still under 500 because of the freaking White Sox being 80 games under 500.
And that's insane.
That's insane. Yeah,
they're so bad that they bring the whole division under 500.
Oh yeah, yep. It's
what are they, 45 games out?
Yeah. I don't. They're 36 and 119.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, what's the loss record? Who's the worst team ever?
It was the Tigers at one point, right? Wasn't it? I don't remember what the
worst. I'm gonna look it up while we're on worst.
I think they're close to having it. I thought the loss was 119, and they're at 119 already.
Well, I mean, if you want to go back to 1899,
oof,
that's what came up. They finished 20 and 134.
Oof.
Ooh.
So that was before they were playing 162. So
the 162, is 141.
The losses?
21 wins. Could you imagine going a whole season only winning 21 games?
Ooh-wee.
Yikes. Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, here we go. I don't know if anybody wants to believe this or not. I do. Baseball gods, they're on our side.
Yeah,
The Tigers they won off a broken bat balk the other week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The baseball gods are on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they're Tigers fans. That's cool. We'll take it.
I'll take it. It's almost like angels in the outfield, right?
Yeah.
They're following us. They're making sure we get these dubs.
Well, how about just Detroit sports in general finally coming out of that dark hole we were in forever? It just seemed like it was forever with the Pistons and then the Wings, like no playoffs, and then the Tigers being in this purgatory rebuild, and then the Lions of just doing Lions things.
Just doing
like we're
Lions
all
things.
Yeah, I think we're finally out of that. Like you can make a case that the Wings should be a playoff team this year. The Pistons, I really don't know what to expect, and I don't really watch much, but
I don't know what to expect out of the Pistons. The
Yeah.
Wings should be. I mean, the Wings choked. The Wings were the Minnesota Twins
kind of last year. Yeah.
They choked, so their expectations are definitely to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is nice because now we're out of 3 of our 4 teams, we should all have playoff teams.
Yeah.
And it's good for the city.
For sure. Yep, we saw, like, you guys were talking about it yesterday about the draft and, like, how well that was represented with our city. Like, that stuff's really important. You know what I mean? That stuff really can build momentum and help out.
We're, like, riding on this high right now, right? Mm-hmm. And let's just keep it going. And it's the beginning of this wave, right? The Lions are just taking off, right? Their window just opened. The Tigers, the kids are here to play. They're not refusing to quit.
Yep.
They're on the way up. The Wings, they're on their way up. Like, I mean, we could see the next 3-4 years of 3 of our 4 major sports in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Gives us a chance. We could bring a championship home in any of those 3 sports in the next 3 or 4 years.
Yep. Yeah, possibly.
Maybe, it's high expectations, but I think it's possible that we could see something like that happen.
Yeah. You know what's like the one thing that I've noticed, especially with these Tigers over the last month and a half, and then with the Lions, what they always preach with the grit and stuff like that. With the Tigers are winning, good defense, but they're playing with a lot of energy and they're playing with a lot of grit.
They are.
You know what I mean? And then you look at like the 04 Pistons and their run. You look at the bad boy Pistons. You look at
it's all about team.
You look at when those Red Wings started winning in the '90s, like how they won by being physical, by being gritty. That's like the DNA of the city, and like that's what wins here. Like you have to embody that. You can't win. Yeah, we don't win by playing finesse, regardless of whatever team it is. Like no, we're gonna have to go and outwork you, and that's what.
I gotta punch you right in the mouth.
That's it. Yeah,
and that's what these teams are doing. We're coming right at you.
Yeah, and like I think that first game with the Lions and Rams, and we can kind of transition into them next if you'd like. But like, the Rams and the Lions were kind of going back and forth like 2 heavyweights, and then bam, 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 and then finally the Lions were like, all right, I just gotta knock your ass out, and that's what they did in the overtime.
Yeah,
and.
So we go. Let's move into the line. So okay, we got that. We. Oh wait, hold. Before we move on, we got to mention this. Since we're on baseball.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
Ohtani. I mean,
yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
This guy, he goes 6 for 6, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, and is the first player to. I don't even want to say. You can't even say join. Create. The 50-50 club. Yeah. 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases, and technically he's at what, 52 and 52?
I think I saw that he was 52 home runs and 52
way,
stolen
50,
bases.
50. Is he the best player in MLB?
Oh, right now? Oh, I would think so.
I mean, he's creeping. I mean, his career's not over. He has a lot more career to play, but he's creeping up to a top 10 all-time player.
Oh gosh, yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see next year what they do if they allow him to pitch again. I don't know what they're planning on doing with that at all, but
I guess it depends how his arm is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because did he have Tommy John, or did he have something?
I don't know if he had.
He had some sort of.
But I think he did have surgery because he did mess up his arm pretty good last year.
Yeah.
But he's by far the best player in our generation.
He's so fun to watch too. Like. His stance is unique. His swing is unique. He's big and tall and strong, and he just he's a joy to watch.
You know what he is? A stud.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. It's really cool to watch, and he doesn't get the love I don't think that he deserves. And I know he signed that huge deal, and that kind of overshadows it a little bit. But I'm really excited to watch him hopefully pitch next year too.
Yeah, I mean, if he could come out, I mean, we have a chance to see one of the best hitters and then one of the best pitchers.
Yeah, he's an all-star caliber pitcher too, which is just insane.
It's wild what this guy has done. We
Yeah.
had to give a shout out to Ohtani because I don't
Definitely.
care what team you play for, you do something like that.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing.
When I was looking at the stats on MLB.com, you know, right above him too, as far as hitting is Aaron Judge. It's like Judge is one as far as just hitting goes.
Yeah.
And then Ohtani's two, but you know, Ohtani brings so much more to the table with stolen bases and just.
So Judge is close to the Triple Crown, but I think Ohtani is stopping him in one of the three.
One of the categories?
Yeah, I forget which one it is.
Judge's numbers, I would recommend everybody just to go look at his numbers. They are absolutely insane. He's got 125 walks. He does strike out a lot, but he's batting like, 330, 455 on base percentage. Like, that's obscene.
That is obscene.
That's obscene. Yeah. Like, to compare Ohtani's batting or on base percentage, I think is just shy of 400, which is insane too.
That's wild.
But it's just, yeah, it's pretty cool. But even though F the Yankees, but still, you know, you got to give some love to Judge.
You got to
give
love. I mean,
yeah,
I hate the Yankees with a passion, but
yeah.
Two of my favorite players are Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle.
Yeah,
because you can't deny
Former
what they were able to do.
Yeah,
the jersey they wore sucked.
Yeah,
but you can't deny what they were able to do.
Yeah, you got to love them up, man, for sure. And those two guys.
That's the whole thing about sports, right?
Yeah.
You love to hate other teams.
Definitely.
Like, the Yankees don't suck, but I hate them because of how good they are. And that's just what you do. So like people didn't like Kobe, people didn't like Jordan, people don't like LeBron, people don't like Curry.
Yeah.
It's just because they're good.
Right.
And that's the whole thing with sports.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's okay to maybe like hate somebody because maybe they're in your rival, but you always have to.
You gotta respect.
You gotta respect them and appreciate what they bring to the game.
Exactly,
sure.
and that's what makes it so much fun.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
These guys are so good, and
yeah, and moving forward, it'll be really fun to watch those two guys, especially Ohtani, in the playoffs to see what they how they elevate their team. But
you know what? It kind of reminds me of back in the 90s when McGuire and Sosa were chasing each other for. I know they're not chasing each other for the home run record, but they're both chasing each other for a Triple Crown or best stats of the year.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what Judge do today? What did Ohtani do today?
Yeah,
and you're just kind of watching, like, what's happening? What are these two doing? They're like going head to head.
Yeah.
But they're not playing each other. It's fun to watch.
It's really cool. And the fact that with the Ohtani, that he's able to be a wrecker on a base pass too. As soon as he gets on, you're like, oh, Jesus, like this guy's not over with.
I mean, 50
I still got
stolen bases?
Yeah.
So he hits a single, it's a double because he's
right.
going to steal second.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just think about the pressure you put on another team when you can do that.
What I thought was really cool was he got his 50 stolen base by stealing third.
Did he really?
Yeah, he stole third to get the 50. And
that's amazing.
Stealing third's not an easy thing to do.
No, you got to be
stealing second, one thing.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's what you always do. But to steal third to get your 50.
I got to see you steal home now, Tani. Come on, let's
go.
Come on, let's see
go.
it.
Come on. Pull Jackie Robinson and steal home. Let's see it.
No more nonsense.
Yeah, come on.
Yep.
Don't be scared.
Don't come. Yeah, you guys are already in the playoffs. Let's just see it on one of these last games.
I will say though, I don't think the Dodgers have it in them to win a World Series again. I mean, 2020 was one season. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you say, asterisks, all this. I don't see him winning it. I don't. I mean, Ohtani is what he is, but I think the Dodgers will choke again come playoffs.
Do you have a favorite right now? I don't have a favorite. I don't know enough about the outside teams other than the Tigers right now, to be honest. Do you have a favorite, you think?
Not in the NL. No, I mean.
Okay. Are you thinking the Yankees?
No, I don't want the NL. If anything, if I had to pick a team, let's take the Tigers out of it, the Guardians. I mean.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, like, all right. So that's a team you love right now. But who do you think is also like the favorite to win it? Like, who do you think's the best?
I mean, the favorite's probably got to be the Dodgers.
The Dodgers are okay.
I just don't think that they're gonna pull it off.
Think about the matchup, Dodgers and Yankees in the World Series. Like, obviously MLB is probably salivating at that to have that happen. But okay, the Guardians have a chance, man. If I had to pick one,
it's only because it's our division. I mean, I don't like the Indians, Guardians. Sorry. Yeah, right. Anyways, but if a team's going to win outside the Tigers, let it be in our division.
I agree. Yeah,
let it
definitely.
be in our division. So,
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
But we'll see, because if the Tigers get in, then
let's
go Tigers.
All bets
right?
are off.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
But I always like Milwaukee.
The Brewers.
I like the Brewers. They clinched already.
Okay.
So that would be cool to see. I think I just don't like the Dodgers. Like I don't like the Yankees.
They're kind of like the Yankees of the West Coast in a sense, you know what I mean? Because they always spend big and they're always just out there and I agree. I don't want the Dodgers or Yankees to win. If I had to pick a team, it'd probably be I'd have to go Guardians other than the Tigers or something like that.
If it's not the Guardians, if an NL team is gonna win, I like Milwaukee.
It's fun to see the smaller market teams go and make some noise and hopefully win it. And it happens. All right, let's
transfer.
Let's get over to our.
It's game day, baby.
Let's get over to our
game
Lions.
Day.
Holy crap! Yeah, this is happening too.
We're
We're
actually
actually going.
We're here. We're in Zona. We're here.
Yep.
We're going to the game today.
We're like a mile and a half from the stadium.
This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Cards fans, be nice to us. Actually, no, you don't have to be.
Nah, forget the Cards fans.
Because we're gonna come
Lions
in.
Fans
We're coming in hot.
So we got to tell this. We took the plane ride. Sang the fight song on the plane.
Yes. Yep.
Got the Jared Goff.
Got the Jared Goff chant going. Yep.
He got that going on the plane. We're taking over the city.
Yep.
I think it's going to be
Glendale
like
don't know
Tampa
what's
last year.
up.
I think we're really going to take over the stadium. There's Lions fans everywhere.
Glendale ain't gonna have no kneecaps left.
No, we're taking them all. Biting them
Yep.
all.
Yep. But yeah, no, looking forward to today's game. Just to kind of give a rundown real quick. Lions are a 3-point favorite. We got Arizona.
Only 3 point. Well, I guess Cardinals are playing. They kicked the shit out of the
I
Rams
think
last week.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one to bet. If you're gonna bet that game, I don't know where you go. But yeah, Arizona 1-1. They nearly beat the Bills. So they're nearly 2-0. They crushed the Rams last week.
41-10?
Yeah. I know the Rams are beat up and stuff, but man, like you just don't go in the NFL and do that, especially to a team that has playoff aspirations. You know what I mean? Like you just don't do that. Kyler Murray looks good. Marvin Harrison looks good. They're gonna be a pain.
I think the
in
Cardinals
ass.
are somewhat of a sleeper team this year.
They could be. Yeah, they could be for sure. And you look at the NFC West right now too, with the Niners. The Niners, I think, are done.
Debo's out, CMC's out.
Right. I think Kittle's not playing today too.
I can't with these fucking guys.
Oh God, I can't.
We're doing a podcast with all the guys around us.
Yeah.
Look at these assholes.
Well,
Love them to death. Love you guys.
Let us put it this way: we just saw a full moon.
Full moon.
Right. Inside, and it's at 7:45 a.m. here. So I think you can put the pieces together.
This is what we get for trying to do a podcast with all our buddies around.
Yep.
That's right. Go Lions.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, did you happen to catch the Michigan game yesterday, Mike?
Give me a break. Here we go.
Did you happen to see that?
Yeah.
We don't have to get into that, but let's just let's just acknowledge greatness. Defending national champs, baby.
Oh,
Come on.
Now it's greatness.
Right.
Now it's greatness. They got smoked.
We're so good. We don't even need a throw forward pass. So great. We don't even need a throw forward pass. Gotta love it.
Anyways, you have no quarterback. All you can do is run.
Yep.
No, it was a good win. It was a great win by Michigan yesterday. I will tip my cap to them. My Sparties lost. But but no, good win to Michigan. You got to give respect where it's due.
Sure.
Because nobody expected them to win at all yesterday.
No. And you know what? Every game at this point with Michigan, regardless who they play, is going to be a toss-up just because they can't throw a forward pass. But anyways, let's I'm sorry, I kind of took us there for a second. Let's get back to the Lions.
So this is game 3. Mm-hmm. Here's my biggest question to you.
Yep.
How do we stop a mobile quarterback? Kyler Murray he's quick. He's gonna get through.
Yep.
How do we stop him?
Yeah. Well, the important thing right now is the Lions. So we got Hutch lined up on the outside, and he's going against a backup right tackle.
Which is good.
That's good. So we'll be able to bring the pressure from outside. The problem is if we don't bring the pressure from up the middle and collapse that pocket, Kyler Murray will squirt away. Get out in the open space, find an open receiver, or run for a first down. He will kill you and do that if you allow that. But they have to bring the pressure from inside the middle and get to him that way because.
Okay, so let me run this scenario by you. This is just something I thought of. Again, I'm not a football coach. I don't know. I was talking to some of the guys about this. Let me run this and poke holes in my story because I want to say. So what if our game plan is to let Murray get his? He's gonna run, but what if you are able to shut the DBs and linebackers, stop the receiving. Block them, stay on them. Because Murray can't run the entire game and win the game. So let him get his, and you stop everything else.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. As long as they just don't give up these big plays to, they have a good tight end, McBride, and they have obviously a star.
Is his second year?
I'm not sure.
Second or third year?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but he is a good tight end.
Yeah, and then they got Marv Jr.
Which he still have to. He's a rookie. You got to prove it.
Yeah.
All right. He had one bad game. He had one good game.
Yep.
We got to see what he can do.
Right.
But he's a threat.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's a threat.
Yeah, I just think you can let Kyler Murray do his thing, but he cannot beat you with some of these big plays like that. That will kill you.
But our defense is playing a lot better than I expected. Right?
Definitely.
I mean, you go back a couple podcasts ago. We talked, what was my biggest concern? My biggest concern was our defense, but that hasn't been a concern yet all year.
It's actually the offense is the concern right now.
Offense is a concern. Now, is the offense? Is it a concern because they're not clicking yet, or is it a concern because they may be struggling? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's with the offense. Like the one thing that sticks out to me is Goff right now looks like he did last year when we really struggled. Like we had that stretch, and at that time our offensive line was beat up, injured, and that's what we're seeing right now. Because I think what's going on is you have Glasgow. He moved from one side to the other. You have Zeitler coming in. A new guy, and I just don't think they're all gelling yet, and I think that's why Goff looks so like he's forcing the ball. He looks unsettled. He's throwing the ball in the dirt. He threw the ball the other team too many times last week. It just something's off
I think
there.
There's something to what you're saying. I mean, when you switch sides,
that's that's major. It took Sewell I think was a
because he started on the other.
He was
side.
a left tackle when we drafted him. He's a right tackle now, and he's one of the best in the game. But it took him a little time to figure it out, and
well, especially
I think
when
Glasgow,
you spend almost your whole career playing one spot, and then you move over. I mean, it's nice that these guys are athletic enough and talented enough to make that
to be able
move,
to do that. Yeah,
but you still have a transition period where you have to adjust.
Definitely,
I mean, it doesn't matter how good, or I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. And I think the Bucs exposed that a little bit last week because they do have a good defense. I know they were banged up too, and they lost Vita Vea and stuff. But it just seems like there's, from the heart of it, the origin of it, the O-line is really starting to spread out to the other areas of this offensive line, or the offense in general, and it's just not in a rhythm yet. They don't know how to use the run game yet. They got this new deep threat in JMO that I think they're still trying to figure out how to use in rhythm. And
well, the deep threat, and I like it because it's worked. I mean, he's had 2 games where Goff has hit him almost wide open down the sidelines.
Yeah.
But we need to, and I think the teams, the other teams, and we're only in week 3, I think they've kind of figured us out that they take away the middle. I mean, Laporta, take away his injury, right? He's a little banged up.
I think that's playing into it too.
The middle has been taken away from us, so all you have is Jameis. So this week needs to be a week that we can open up the middle again.
Yeah, it very well could. And
but because teams are figuring us out.
Right. Well, you brought up Laporta and him being banged up, and Campbell said this week that they're being careful on how much they implement with Laporta, and a lot of the offense does revolve around him, whether it's catching passes, but in the run game, he's doing a lot of blocking. He's doing pass blocking. That they demand that their receivers and pass catchers, if they don't have the ball, they need to be doing something. They need to have an assignment, and Laporta I don't think he's 100%, and I think the offense really relies on him heavily, and I think that's...
And they do.
Yeah.
And that, I understand if you're not 100%, but they need to get him more involved.
Yeah.
I really think. And
hopefully this week that, what I mean, maybe he's a little bit better, but yeah, definitely.
And our red zone has to improve. I mean, 1 for 7 last week.
With Laporta, I think that will come too.
You're not going to win a game going 1-7 in the red zone. So today, this week, we have to finish. We have to close out those drives.
Yeah. Yep. Well, also too, you can't throw the ball 55 times and expect to win in this league.
Now when you have Gibbs and Montgomery,
I know. And you know what? Last week they were struggling at times to get to get their yards, but there were also times too where they still got their chunks. It's just sometimes you just got to rely on it. And the Lions were never ever down last week more than a score. You know what I mean? So it's why are you dropping back to throw that much? So I don't know. It just seemed like they were trying to force the issue.
I said this all week. I still think the Lions had that game won. It's because of the red zone. I mean, we drove down the field. You were going 50 yards down, hit the red zone, and boom.
Yeah, just
nothing.
completely.
You just completely failed in the red zone.
Or how about that one drive where they converted that fake punt and then they converted a 4th and 2. Yeah, and then they still got no points out of that. And then
no, nothing. Yeah,
the end of the half too. That whole debacle was.
That was just that was a brain fart on Campbell.
Yep.
And everybody sending 12 men out. I mean, but at the same time, when you got 7 seconds left and
you're right. It was a horrible time for Campbell to send out the horse slap, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I was watching it from the game. I was at the game, and like literally the whole field goal unit ran out like 10 yards out, stopped, and then ran back. But at that point,
get a 12-man on the field.
It was just it really looked really bad. So it was
it's okay. Mistakes happen, but we need to clean it up today.
Yeah.
All right. We need, and we get it. Mm-hmm. Murray's going to run on us. They're going to score.
Yeah.
I just want to see our offense come through. I want to see us open up the middle. I don't care if teams take it away. We need to be a better team and open it up ourselves. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
However that works.
Yeah.
Right? Got to open up the middle. And our defense, I mean, honestly, change nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it going the same. Hutch is going to get in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Especially if he's going up against a backup guy.
Yeah,
but I would not expect to see too many sacks today. Only because Murray is slippery.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yep.
You might get in him, get in his face.
Yeah.
But he's going to get away from you. So I would not expect to see as many sacks like we did last week against Mayfield.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to check and see if Anzalone's playing, because obviously Anzalone's going to be key if he's going to be keeping an eye on Kyler Murray back there, because if not, then it's up to Jack Campbell. And Jack Campbell's had some ups and downs, but he's capable.
So that's a good question. Would you rather have a linebacker spy Murray, right? Because like that's pretty much what they're going to have to do, right? Mm-hmm. Or would you rather have like Brian Branch or a DB spy him?
Kind of keep an eye on him. I think you're probably gonna have to. You're gonna probably have to keep the linebacker around.
I would lean towards having one of the DBs spy on him.
Yeah.
Instead of one of the linebackers, because I feel like the linebackers could come in. They could. I feel like having a DB, he's gonna catch Murray as he starts to run.
Yeah.
A little bit easier than a linebacker.
Yeah.
What do we got on Anzalone? What's he doing? Is he playing?
I'm not seeing anything yet. I've been trying to find for sure. I mean, he's probably going to be a game time decision. I would imagine.
Yeah. We may not know.
So Anzalone did return to practice. Arnold Rakestraw were out. That was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still questionable. Nothing for sure. I don't know. If he had a concussion last week, I would be surprised if he played. But I mean, I guess you never know.
Okay, I got it right here. It's a game time decision.
So
we won't know until right before.
Yeah, and
so he might even dress and just sit on the sideline.
It could very well could, and I'm sure the Lions do that on purpose for game planning.
Oh yeah,
purposes.
I'm not going to tell you what we're doing.
Exactly.
You crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to really find out a lot about this team today, I think.
All right, well, here we go. Let's go. Prediction today. What's happening?
I think the Lions are going to win 28-24.
It's close.
Yeah,
close
it's going to be a close game. Yeah, I'm going to say 28-24.
28-24?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going with a dub as well. I'm saying 31-27 Lions.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I think it's going to be an offensive game. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to come out with it. As long as Goff doesn't put his cement shoes on today and try to run with it.
Yeah, and okay, for the love of God, I do not want to see the speed option. Like, okay.
What are you doing? What are you thinking?
All right.
Why would you do that?
That's cute. Like, that's cool. I know we got a little cocky because Goff ran for that first down earlier in the game.
He ran for 12 yards, and we're like, we got a running quarterback.
Yeah, we got a mobile quarterback. We got Michael Vick back there now. Awesome. Yep, let's run some speed options. But no, I think they're going to get back to basics today. I think they're going to work on their details, and I think they're going to be better today.
I think we see Laporta and we see St. Brown finally have a good game. Because, again, these other teams is taking away the middle. I really think that's a line. They're going to They're gonna make it happen.
So So you're saying I should probably sit JMO on my fantasy team?
I would not sit JMO because all JMO needs is one play down the sideline.
Yeah, right, for sure.
I mean, he's so fat. Golf can't even throw it as far as JMO's running.
Yeah.
You ever notice JMO's always slowing down?
Oh God, yeah.
To
He
catch
just
the ball?
yeah.
And that's nothing against golf. JMO's just fast.
They're still working on timing, obviously, and I hate to say this, but I think that has disrupted the timing with St. Brown and Laporta maybe, and then and obviously with just the offense in general. I think it's just they're trying to figure out how to click with it all. I mean, you like the Lions are always the one to control the line of scrimmage and control the middle of the field. Now they have this threat where they can, this home run threat. I just don't know if they really know how to like implement it all yet, or if it's just not jumping.
Okay, I got a question for you. Do you think, because JMO's having a hell of a season, he's already almost past his yardage from last year.
Yeah.
I think he's like halfway there. Not past, but he's about halfway there.
Yep.
Do you see him becoming our number one? Maybe not necessarily over St. Brown, but do we have 2-1 receivers?
Yeah, well, I think in this league you have to. You look at the Dolphins; they have Tyreek and Waddle. I mean, I know Tyreek's the number one guy, but I mean, you have
but Waddle's a 1 on every other team.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think you need to have two quote unquote number ones. Like I think St. Brown is your 1A, and then JMO's probably like your 1B. You know what I mean?
But they're both so different, right? You got JMO who's got the
exactly.
speed down the sideline. You got St. Brown who's coming through the middle.
He's
it's
your
almost
possession guy,
like
yeah.
Gibbs and Montgomery, right? Okay, Gibbs. I like to say it's not him, but he's got a little Barry-esque to him, right? He likes to dance around a little bit.
Yeah.
And Montgomery's,
a lot of speed.
Montgomery's like, I'm coming right, I'm gonna hit you right in the face.
Yeah, he's
And
coming
Gibbs
right
is
at you.
gonna bounce around and get. So it's like you have like these dual threats on both sides. You got a guy that's got the speed. You got the guy that comes through the middle in the backfield. We got a guy that's gonna punch you in the face, and you got a guy that's gonna dance around you and go.
Well, I think the Lions, you could tell, have really focused on being versatile, like just having so many different types of weapons and having guys that are also versatile too. Because like if Montgomery does go down, Gibbs can take the load and be that in between the tackle type of guy still too. But
if he needs to be,
yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, we don't need him to be because you got Montgomery.
You don't want him to be either. Yeah, you don't want him to be. So yeah, it's gonna be fun today. This is gonna be.
Let's go Lions, baby. Let's go get that dub.
Yep.
All right. Is it Stud or Dud time?
Yep. Let's do some Stud or Dud, and then we'll finish it off with some maybe cap it off with the some basic NFL news and notes.
Right, let's start with the losers. Let's go with the duds.
The duds.
Who do you got as a dud this week? Who's your dud?
I got Caleb Williams, man. I'm I'm so sick of him. I'm just so sick of the nonsense. I've been sick of him since USC
like
days.
A prima donna, man.
Like just the nonsense when he was writing on his fingernails about F Utah, and then Utah just popped him in the face in the championship game, and then it's just the same stuff to like this past week. Like it's just. That team isn't clicking offensively, especially, and I just I don't know how that's going to turn out, but it's not looking good.
No, that's a good one. All right, so Caleb Williams, dud.
Yep, he's a dud.
Dude.
Yep.
All right, my dud. I'm going with the entire organization of the Carolina Panthers.
Oof, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
They go ahead and we were talking about they trade all these players. They get rid of DJ Moore. They trade CMC. They get all these first round picks. They go get Bryce Young in their first overall pick, and they bench him.
Yeah.
And they're just bad. I mean, they're getting their asses handed.
Oh
to
yeah,
them.
they look like they've given up.
I just think their organization as a whole, and that's why I picked them as a dud, is just.
It seems
you're
like,
just completely failed on everything. That you're trying to do. I mean, you trade away those guys. You get all these first round picks. That should be a quick rebuild.
Yeah.
Quick. Boom.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, okay, to compare really quick. So Frank Reich was the coach there not that long ago. I can't remember when he was fired. Was it a year and a half ago? Whatever.
Had to have been, 2 seasons ago. Yeah.
Apparently he wanted Stroud. He wanted Stroud instead of Young. But the owner overruled it. He's like, no, we're taking Bryce Young. I like this guy. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and who did the Texans take with their pick after Bryce Young? CJ Stroud. How are they doing?
Oh, yeah.
They're already a threat to be like a Super Bowl team. So, the whole organization, and I think it's just the top. The top is completely just off his rocker. So, that's a good one,
the
dude.
The whole Panthers does.
You got Andy Dalton coming back today to revive that team.
And you know what? Good for Andy Dalton. The fact, I mean, obviously he's not a top tier quarterback, but good for him. He's still playing. This guy's been all over the place.
Yeah, he has. Yep.
So good for him for playing.
It'll be interesting to see how they respond with moving on. So maybe the team is just hopeless with Young, and maybe this will provide a little bit of a spark. So, we'll have to see.
What a bust. All that to just bench your quarterback on his second year in.
I know. Yeah. If you were going to do it, you had to have done it in your first year or let the guy sit for a while and then play him. You can't be doing this.
Well, I think you bring up a good point with that is sitting here. I think there is something to say about bringing a quarter. Yes, it happened. C.J. Stroud, right?
Yep.
He came. But I think there is something about having a guy ride the bench for 2-3 years and learning the system. Look at the Packers, all right? Brett Favre.
Yep.
Stud.
Yep. Stud.
Aaron Rodgers sat behind him for 3 years. Stud.
Yep.
Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. Possible stud.
Yep.
Right? I mean, are you kidding me? Like, there's something to say about these guys that sit and learn. Like, obviously, there's always, an exception to the rule of guys that come in and can start and be great right away, like C.J. Stroud. But I do think that Bryce Young would have benefited from riding the bench behind a guy and learning.
Yeah.
But that's on the Panthers for not having a veteran quarterback.
Right.
They had no choice.
Right.
But to start Bryce Young.
Yep. Yeah. They just. You can just tell when an organization has it figured out. They have a process, and you can kind of see it from the outside. And they just, I don't know, it just seems like a bunch of impulses trying to take over, and that just never works. So, yeah, that's a good dud.
All right, let's go.
Our studs.
Who's your stud?
Stud.
Who do you got?
I got these young Tigers, man. I've just been so impressed with the way they've been playing.
Love them.
And the bullpen too, and like all of it coming together. AJ pushing the right buttons, blah blah blah. Like I've been so impressed with them. I want to give a couple stats really quick with this.
Let's go.
This team with the Tigers. That one of them that would really surprise me was that the Tigers are 6th in defensive runs saved. And I think a lot of that has to do with probably your outfield because we have a stellar outfield.
We do.
Yeah, we're also 3rd in ERA, 2nd in WHIP. Just the pitching is killing it, and these young Tigers playing good defense, timely hitting. They're not like smashing the ball. There's no Aaron Judges on this team, but they just playing good baseball, good fundamental baseball, and it is so good to see. So,
and that's what's so much fun, right?
Absolutely.
We don't need one All-Star or two. You have a team of young players that, like I said, Riley Green said, we're young and all we want to do is win.
Yeah. Yep. They seem to really like each other too. And bringing up Jace Young, he's really provided a spark. I mean, I know he's not killing the ball, but he's getting on base. And when he does, like the other day, he had that. Did you see him slide into home?
Yes.
And
that was amazing.
That was like what? So
yeah. So
little things like that.
Is your stud.
Sorry, I got off on a little tangent there, but yeah,
I love it. I love it. Bring it up. Yeah.
All right, who's your stud, Mike?
I gotta go. We mentioned him earlier. I gotta go. Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Stud.
Yep, stud.
What he's done to this league, and again, we mentioned it. I want to keep saying join. He created the 50-50 club.
Yeah,
he created the 50-50 club. No one's ever done this. So he created the 50-50 club.
Yeah.
That game he had last week, what he's able to do. He's my stud of the week. You can't deny him what he's doing. He's great for baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter that he's not on our team or anybody else's team. Yeah, he plays for the Dodgers, but he is a good ball player. Fun to watch.
Yeah.
One of the best players we'll probably ever see in our
must see
lifetime.
baseball. Once playoff time comes, I would recommend everybody tune in and just watch him play.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Ohtani's my stud of the week.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, dude. That's a good one for sure. All right.
I think that's.
Do you want to do?
Who's in the kitchen? What? Hey, come give us your prediction. What do you got, Merlo? Come join this. Oh, there's Joe. Oh, it's Joey. Come on, Joey. Join the podcast.
We got a Joey Bagozzi.
Give us your. What do you think is going to happen today?
I think football will be played.
Stellar prediction.
You got a score prediction?
I think there's 100%
you got a score
certainty that's going to hit.
The W? We winning? We losing?
Of course we're getting the W.
What's the score? What do you got? Give us a prediction.
I'm thinking a 27-20 game.
27-20. Okay, great.
Joey B.
Joey B. Locked in.
27-20.
Tag off your jersey.
I got a JMO jersey on.
Joey's got some fashion advice too.
Fashion advice and a score. Thank you, Joey. We love you, man.
Yep.
All right. No, this was good. Go Lions. We love everybody for listening to us.
Yep.
Please tune in, follow us. We love all of you.
Give us a like, a love.
Coming from Arizona.
Yep. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. Cheers.
Cheers. Let's go.